The Link to the Past Randomizer League presents this conference semifinals match, game number 1 of this best of 5 series between Mogliacci and Skull Kids. Hi everybody, I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Sabatender with Relkin clicking the buttons for this first match, which is the Casual Boots match featuring Moogle Charm on your left and Shireen on your right. Obviously, so most of you do remember what Casual Boots are, but in case you don't, we're going to be starting off with the escape sequence. We'll get to talk about how both of these teams got to be in this position. Sabatender, when are the other 2 matches scheduled?
Rick, both Game 2 and Game 3 of this series are going to be on Thursday, starting at 2:10 Eastern, so make sure to pay attention to SpeedGaming schedules to see where those games might end up on the schedule. Really exciting to see how this one plays out. Both of these teams are top tier, great players. So this series really could go either way. We're really excited to see how this one kicks off with Game 1 today.
And in order to get to the conference semifinals, you've had to be amongst one of the best of the teams in this league. And of course, we're down to 8 of them now. So, it goes without saying that we're in for some good competition here. As the uncle leaves us forever, we get ready to start off this. And the first item we're going to see is 100 rupees. We never have to worry about grinding for rupees.
Oh, that's nice to get cash right off the bat there. Oh, map check, and I wasn't paying attention to map check.
Well, I was at least getting an idea for us. We have red pendant at Eastern, green pendant at Desert, and a crystal up at the Tower of Hera.
Okay, not too bad, I guess.
All right, so as we go through the escape sequence, this is going to be 5 minutes of pretty much the usual stuff that you see from these runners. So, outside of what we have in these chests, like for instance this heart container, we have an opportunity to talk about how these 2 teams got to be in this position by way of the first round of these playoffs, right, Sabatender?
That's right. So both teams made it into the playoffs with a solid 12-2 regular season record. And Mogliacci took care of I Like Big Boots in a 3-1 series win. Solid throughout. I believe as Moogle Charm took on Ganon's Gone Wild in round 1 there, so that would have been a good match to have seen. And on the other side, Skull Kids made their way through to the conference semifinals, taking on the Sexy Ganons. They won their series in a sweep, 3-0, and Shireen took his victory in that round against Fant.
Yeah, that was a tough series. Both teams had their opportunities, and I was able to be on the call for the cross keys, and it just came down to who ended up getting to their go mode faster. And in that cross keys match, Ramon ended up getting there faster than I believe it was Freddy who was on for the Sexy Ganons in that match. So here we go through the escape. We get our key. There's still a map to be found, other things we're going to be finding at some point in time, but we're going to be heading to Zelda's Cell and defeating with the guard as well. People asking whether or not they start with a sword. In the Casual Boot, you start with a boot, you start with a sword. You don't get the sword at the very beginning. Once you get to the uncle, that's what unlocks the sword for you to use.
Couple of quick slashes here, no problem taking down the ball and chain guard. Heart container, so already sitting on 5 hearts. That's pretty solid.
One thing could have made this mode even faster for these 2 runners. That would have been if we had seen the mirror inside of that chest, but here we go. We got to go back through the escape. Well, I mean, we could talk about the other great teams we have here in the conference semifinals. We have the Titans mid. Did you check your boot? The Spoilers, WJP, DTB, Error 216, and Pug Trio. Not a bad team amongst the 8 that made it this far.
Yeah, kind of unlike what happens in Randomizer quite often, we didn't see any upsets in the first round. It was all of our top seeds moving on to the conference semifinals here. Often you find someone kind of come up and take down one of the big dogs, but
We almost had that, though, Sabatender.
That is true.
The spoilers really got a little nerved because they were down 2-1 in that series against Team Go and had to force a Game 5, which they ended up winning to move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, that's right. Team Go put up a heck of a fight there. Really solid effort from those guys. Just not quite enough on the last day there to take care of the spoilers there.
And of course, we also have the Open League that is going through their playoffs as well with the same structure, best of 5 series. As we get 20 rupees, Yahoo!
Yeah, well, despite the nice starter kit that we get with casual boots, the boots and sword, not really a whole heck of a lot in Escape so far. We've got the 3 chests in the back here that might give us an indication, but I think our runners are going to probably just jet for Kakariko after this one.
Ooh, bad luck here for Mogliacci. Ended up having the rat go away, so I had to chase it down a little bit, which will allow Shireen to have a little bit of a lead out of the castle. Real early to tell whether or not that's going to matter at all. I mean, you're not going to be worried about losing a few seconds in Hyrule Castle until it's that race that finishes within 0.4 seconds of each other.
Yeah, I mean, every little bit counts, but yeah, at this point, you're not thinking about your small little mistakes you might be making on the way. You're still pretty close at this point.
All right, final chest here in the castle sequence gets us, well, okay, well, that's something.
Nice, yeah, we like to see that. There's one thing about the casual boot seeds. I don't think a flute. How about that? I don't play it enough, and I often forget that bonk rocks right off the bat is a thing you can do.
And you would be in trouble with that flute in there.
Oh yeah. It's always advantageous when you've got boots already to run up here, check to see if we're going to need to do Aga Tower. 20 rupees, so no, most likely not, unless we need it for Dark World access, which would be very unfortunate.
You need money for Dark World access?
Sure, why not? It's an expensive place.
Well, I mean, technically you might, but you're going to try to do everything in your power not to have to go through the tree to get the 20 rupees to get into the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, most definitely not, yeah.
Okay, there's the other 20 right there. We'll grab that. We're fine.
Alright, just to reiterate for folks just joining us here, casual boots means that our players start with a sword and a set of boots in their inventory. It's a typical standard mode start, so we had to go through Hyrule Castle at the beginning as per usual. Pretty early duck here.
You know, it's good the fact that we're not forgetting to actually get that duck. I mean, I know you've seen many races, my friend, and there are those situations where you forget the fact that you've gotten the boots, or not the boots, the flute so early in that you actually forget to activate it until, oh, guess I gotta go back to Kakariko Village for no reason at all.
That's a very good point. There's like certain items that you kind of expect at a certain point in the run to kind of like show up. So yeah, early on, an item you might not realize that you've actually got it in the inventory. Same thing can happen with something if something shows up way late. I find if I get like a late hook shot, I forget that I've got that, and I forget to use it in places.
So have we seen anything here so far in this Kakariko village? I know we've seen some bombs, we've seen some rupees. That really seems like that's all, folks.
Kinda, yeah.
Another sword? Hello. Moogle Charm, another sword. Moogle Charm spending the time to grab the bombs when we already had 10.
Wondering like what Moogle strategies are. Oh, gonna click that bottle maybe. That'll work out actually. This route was kind of funny at first, but I think it will kind of work out in the end.
I've heard rumors about some sort of clowning. Moon Pearl, okay. Flippers. Some sort of medallion.
Quake medallion, I believe there.
Yeah, I know which one it was.
Oh, I see.
I was trying to play it down, but I failed in that attempt. All right, let's run on down to the sick kid, see what this bottle leads us to, and that's something that Shireen never picked up on the south side of town. I don't know what you're gonna do without that 50 rupees there. Oh, we're going to get it now, though. Never mind.